Well, I certainly didn't expect to be seeing you again here. It's the Spanish Cup 4th round. But you know, it's the cup. Anything can happen. And we're about to take on Atletico Madrid. Almost as painful Andorra Italy matches. This could be almost as painful as those Andorra Italy matches. Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, episode 26 of Andorra, the club and country double challenge in which I take over the club FC Andorra and the national team of Andorra and try to take them both along the road to glory. So that's right, Atletico Madrid, and not Atletico Madrid B, actual Atletico Madrid. They are our opponents today in the cup, so we've made it all the way through to the 4th round. So we must be playing really well, right? I wish. So last time we had a club episode, you would have seen that 1-1 draw with lowly Cordoba. We then travelled to play Barcelona B. 6-0. Painful. That's the second time they've beaten us 6-0. And I think you saw the last time they did when we were back in the 2nd Division B, so clearly they're a side that's got our number. We then did seem to be promising from there, though. We went to Mallorca. Mallorca came to us, and we got a 2-2 draw. And if you look at that, I thought, oh no, it's going to be another one of those days. We were 2-0 down with 2 quick goals. Then we pulled one back, and then deep into stoppage time, we got an equaliser, and it was Simon with his first 2 goals of the season. A fine time to rediscover his form. He continued that in the next game, Simon, getting 2 early goals either side of a strike from Moha as we romped to a 3-0 win over Malaga. I do not know where that came from. But then, well, we'll get into the tactics in a minute, but we made some tactical tweaks and we're trying to be a bit more solid defensively. And, we had a frustrating run of games. We played Deportivo La Coruña. 1-0 defeat. It was a tight game. We could have on another day sneaked something, but it wasn't to be. Then we played Albacete, who were just 1 or 2 places above us at the time we played them, and look at that, 88 minutes we conceded, just when it looked as though we were going to hold out for a crucial point. We'll come back to the cup games later, but then our final game before going into the winter break was a tough one. Away to league leaders Villarreal. 3-0. Doesn't quite tell the whole story, though. If I just bring up the stats down here. Now, if you look at the stats, I'm not trying to make a case that we deserved something from this game, because we didn't. But I would say, on the balance of play, 3-0 was a bit harsh on us. 1-0, 1-0 would have been a fair result, but 3-0 was a bit harsh. We then went through the winter break, continued to work on a tactic using a holding midfield a bit more, and we came back from that winter break in style as we played Oviedo. 3-0 win we got here. Benedetti back to fitness after 6 weeks out injured. And then our 2 fullbacks, Carlos Isaac and Angel Hernandez, getting 2 goals in the second half to give us a good win. So going on to the Cup, board expectation, 2nd round. We were lucky in that we drew a 3rd division team, so not actually a team in the playable leagues at the moment, Astorga, in the 1st round. Easy 2-0 win there. They had a player sent off as well. It was Calvillo and Ejuma, who we'll talk about a bit later. We then got Elche in the 2nd round. Now, Elche are doing quite well in the league at the moment. They're up there, kind of in the playoff spots. We beat them 4-2, and it was a really good performance. Perez with a goal, Benedetti with a brace, Moha scoring deep into stoppage time. We were 3-2 up at the time. It was one of those where so many times in this save I've conceded late on to either end up drawing or losing a game, so it was so satisfying to be the team getting that late goal. However, as you'll see here, we played Elche then 3 days later in the league, and this time we lost 1-0. So, if I could swap those 2 results over, of course, in a heartbeat, without a shadow of a doubt I would, because the points in the league would mean more to us. But okay, we then took on Sporting Gijón, again, high-flying team. We went 2-0 down very quickly, but we fought back in that second half. Cortina and Miller getting us back in it. We even had Cortina hit the bar with a free kick, late in the match. So, we could have got something from there. Zaragoza, we played in the third round, also in our division. Now here, we didn't take this seriously. I rotated in a lot of players who said they wanted more play time. I promised them cup matches, so I gave them a cup match. And I guess Zaragoza did the same. We came out with a 2-1 win. We could have easily won by more. Calvillo, Benedetti getting our 2 goals. Benedetti with quite a late strike to get us the win. That was great. You'll see we're going to play Zaragoza again in a few days in a league match. I hope we don't end up in the same situation as those 2 Elche games. And our final league match, bringing us up to this point, Cadiz, who are also, down in that relegation battle. And this was so disappointing. I'm going to bring this one up in full screen for you because it's 3-2 to Cadiz. But, look at the match stats. We were by far the better team. They scored in the first half. I'm not kidding. They had 2 shots. 2 on target, and they scored both of them. It was sickening. They then went 3-0 up. We managed to pull it back. Benedetti and Perez. Perez then had a glorious chance late in the game. He got through 1-on-1 with the keeper. Keeper saved it. That was a bad game to lose. So if you see the table, it's precarious. We are hovering just above the relegation zone. We're just above Extremadura by a point. One thing I would say is this is the lowest we've been. We have not dropped into that relegation zone yet. We've been in 18th a lot. A couple of times when we've had wins, we've gone up as high as about 15th. We haven't yet dropped into the relegation zone. I'll show you our upcoming fixtures after the cup game. So stick around for that because there's a couple of runs of fixtures that are going to be very important in deciding our fate this season. But for now, let's focus on the cup. We're here. It's a big team, so we might as well show you the action. I wasn't going to show any of the cup games this year. I wasn't bothered about it. Like I said, I did not put out my strongest team, in any of the rounds that we've had so far. But we've just kept winning. And here we are against Atletico Madrid. And here's a bit of tactic I've been working on since that 6-0 defeat against Barcelona B. So, we're bringing in the defensive midfielder. We finally kind of got this to work. And one key here has been the arrival of this guy, Vukotic. He's a loanee. We've signed him on a season-long loan from Benfica. The thing is here, I signed him in the summer, as you might tell. He's been in the B team. I signed him in the summer, but then we couldn't fit him in with the squad registration rules. There are a couple of transfer targets that I thought weren't going to be available to us, but then they came in. So he's been in the B team until now. And we've had a couple of players who have not been happy with their performance. We've had a Rai, who's been here from the start, but he just hasn't been playing well in his first team opportunities. So I took the decision to cut him from the squad, bring Vukotic in so I could have this defensive midfielder role, this kind of deep-lying playmaker, defensive mindset, and it's been working for us. Good players here, much better than ours. But, it's the cup. Anything can happen. Okay, we're huge underdogs. That's what we've gone with for the team talk. It's the only option here, really. But I've got faith in you guys, so we've got them happy, relaxed, got a few of them motivated. That'll do. Well, of course, in the tunnel interview, they expected me to say that I fancied our chances of winning, but I did not. I said the pressure's all on them. The rain's coming down. A lot of our matches have been in the rain. I guess it's the Pyrenees weather at this time of year. Atletico Madrid trying to come forward, but we've hacked them down. Millar, back to Hernandez. Vukotic is involved as well. We were passing. I was just about to say we're passing it around nicely, but we're not. And we've given away a goal. Morata scores in the 5th minute. I think this could be almost as painful as those Andorra Italy matches. All right, Isaac then to Benedetti. We're in their half. So that's something. That's something, at least. Munoz knocks out to Benedetti. Benedetti gets the ball. He gives it away, though, and it looks like a quick break for Atletico Madrid. I can see a pattern developing here, that just when we think we're doing the right thing, Atletico Madrid are just going to incisively cut us open. Right, free kick for Atletico Madrid, and 3-0 up. Don't let them score 4 before half-time. That would just be ridiculous. Come on, get it in there. Munoz! And it's saved by the keeper. Oh, we nearly had a chance at some glory there. Oh, wait, we have scored. What happened there? I looked up at the cameras, expecting the keeper to just kick it away. Completely missed that. I guess he must have just blasted it straight into Benedete. Wow. Okay, I've gone with you were awful out there. They did have the option to say, I just expect better from you, but they really were awful at times. Look, we've got quite a few 6.3s and 6.4s there. Not going to make any changes at the moment. We'll just get out there for the second half and hope that, we don't embarrass ourselves any more than we already have. And now Atletico Madrid, they just pass it so well. There's such a well-oiled machine, it would seem. And there we go. Calvin puts it in 5-1. Oh, come on. We're just fighting for salvaging a little scrap of pride at this point. Don't let it be a 6-1. Come on. Oh, what can you do about that? But no, Atletico Madrid have won the ball again. Are they going to just punish us more? Yes, they are. Don't they even just think, let's be a little bit lenient on these guys? Well, I think that's the heaviest defeat I've ever actually shown on the channel. We've had heavier defeats in this series. Andorra, Italy springs to mind. I can't fault you for your effort. Yes, I can fault you for your effort. It was not just one of those days. I'm not happy with that result. Like I said, if we'd lost 3-1, 4-1 even, whatever, 7-1. Right then, transfers. We've had a little bit of movement. First thing is, you'll see here the telltale purple font of a feeder club, San Julia, who are currently second in the Andorran First Division. They're a long way behind Santa Coloma, but they're the second best team in Andorra. We've got an affiliate arrangement with them now, so we've sent 4 of our younger players out there on loan to get a bit of experience this season, so that's good news. And 2 signings to share with you here. Young players building for the future. I'm really hoping we can stay up this season, and then next season these guys are going to help us push on. So first we've got a Portuguese player, Guilherme Guedes. So central midfielder, can also play as a defensive midfielder, so he covers both of those positions, fits this new wonderful tactic that you've just seen in action against Atletico Madrid so well. So current ability 3 stars. He's got potential to be a first division, La Liga level player. And we've also brought in another striker, Lee Russell, 18-year-old English player, currently on 3.5 stars, and he has the potential to be a leading star in La Liga. That's what the scouting report said. So we brought him in. He is fast. Look at this acceleration and pace, 17 and 16 respectively. He's got balance too, strength we can work on, so people won't push him off the ball too easily. Finishing, that needs a bit of development perhaps, but he works as an advanced forward or a poacher. Coming from Rochdale, who's selling him because his contract was running down. We paid money for him rather than wait for the summer because the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, and so on were sniffing around him, it would seem, so we managed to swoop in with the promise of first-team football, and here he is. You see he's already played a game for us and he's been rubbish, but I'm hoping it's going to work out. And finally, onto the schedule, just to talk you through the matches we've got left. So Zaragoza, again, I'm hoping that we can match our cup result against them, pick ourselves up from this cup match. Then we're going to play Alaves away, who are currently 3rd, so that's going to be tough. Then we've got a couple of mid-table teams. Las Palmas in 14th currently, Almeria in 12th. But then we get a very crucial run of games in this season. The 4 teams who are below us, we are going to play all of them in the space of 5 matches. So starting with Numancia, then Extremadura, Then we get Vigo B. We have Lugo, the only team not below us that we're going to play in March, and then Cordoba, the bottom side. So those are 4 crucial matches. So, of course, I think we're going to come back. The next episode, I'm going to play through a few more games. We're going to come back for Numancia and Extremadura. So those are going to be 2 crucial games. The home games, we've got to win those. We're going to do double header live com in the next episode for that. But it's very important we get results in those games because later on, our run-in is horrendous. So, Huesca are 5th, currently Tarragona are 11th. Then we get Mallorca, 2nd place in the league away. Barcelona B, who are down in 13th, but they've got our number. I mean, they can beat us as badly as Atletico Madrid have beaten us. Malaga, 9th, but away, that's going to be tough. Albacete, 15th place, so a home game, that's one that we've got to be looking to get the win from. But then look at this, for the run-in in May, Deportivo La Coruña away, 6th place team currently. Villarreal, the runaway league leaders, we've got to play them again. Oviedo, that's a game we've got to target for getting points from. That will be away from home too. And then we have another away game to finish against Elche. So that is really a tough run-in. It's good that we get to play all of these teams below us in a short space of time. We can perhaps, if we can get some results, I mean, I'm not sure after today's game, to be honest, if that's going to happen. If we can get some results together and move away from them, open up a gap, we're going to need that gap because we're going to struggle with that run-in, I think. But, I don't know, what are your feelings for the rest of the season? I guess a lot's going to ride on what we do in these games here. So like I said, I'm going to bring you some of those relegation clash games in the next episode. And then perhaps we'll have a better idea. But, what are your thoughts at the moment? Do you think we can do it? Because I'm not so sure. Right. I'm Dodgy Gamer. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this episode. Please hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you again soon.